What's up, everybody? It's Alex Leak and Friends NFL Podcast, back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak, and this is the 2019 Week 14 Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears episode. The 6-6 Cowboys at the 6-6 Bears on Thursday Night Football. A big game, a must-win for the Chicago Bears at home, trying to put together a 3-game winning streak. Well, the Cowboys trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak after a bad game, losing to the Patriots and then a bad loss to the Bills on Thanksgiving. So, big game here. Cowboys trying to take, another step towards winning the NFC East with the Eagles losing. So, there's not a ton of pressure on the Cowboys in this one with Philly losing last week, but they still need to right the ship and find a way to win football games. For the Bears, everything is on the line. And coming into this game with no Prince Amukamara, their starting corner. So that's going to hurt them. So you got Kevin Tolliver starting in his place. Amukamara out with a hamstring. Kevin Tolliver starting, and it's only his second career start. So if I'm the Cowboys, and I've got the number one offense in the NFL. I've got Dak Prescott, who leads the NFL in passing yards. I'm going to pick on Kevin Tolliver, whoever he's defending. You got Amari Cooper. You would think that Kyle Fuller is most likely going to be on him most of the game. So that should open up guys like Randall Cobb or Michael Gallup, guys like that, to get, some good looks. So that would be the game plan if I'm the Cowboys. Rookie running back Tony Pollard is a late scratch for this game, so no backup running back for Zeke as he's out there by himself. So I would be feeding Zeke a lot. If you're trying to get up the schneid, the Cowboys are a much better team when they run the ball, and there's a bad record. I think, there's a really bad record that goes along with Dak Prescott and throwing the ball 40 or more times. I think he's winless on the season when that happens. So, I would get Zeke involved and pick on Kevin Tolliver. That would be the game plan for the Cowboys. Randall Cobb going up, a familiar opponent for Randall Cobb going up against the Bears. He's 13-2 in his career against the Chicago Bears. That's not a stat that I like to see. As a Bears fan, I'm tired of the years of Green Bay beating up on Chicago when Randall Cobb was in Green Bay. That's when most of that damage was done, or all that damage was done when he was on the Packers. And I'm just hoping that ends soon. We got a big game coming up next week at Lambeau, so I'm tired of the Packers beating us, and hopefully that can change soon. But regardless, Randall Cobb brings that record into this game. So the Bears, this is a game that they definitely can win, but it's also a game, all the signs are pointing to the Bears being able to take care of business in this game. But it's also a Bears team that struggled on offense all year long, 29th ranked offense. And, down Prince Amukamara, down Akeem Hicks, down Denny Trevathan. An offense that, hasn't been able to get the running game going, hasn't been able to get anything out of the tight end all year long. But Trubisky coming off a 3-touchdown game against the Lions. In my opinion, I feel like Trubisky's got a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence right now. And Nagy's done a better job of play calling, so we'll see if it translates into this big game at Soldier Field against the Dallas Cowboys. We're getting to the point where it's win or go home. Win or go home. So the Bears got to execute. I mentioned the word execute like 50 times on the preview episode. So we'll see what happens. Let's get into this game. Cowboys get the ball first and face a 3rd and 11 from the Chicago 26-yard line. Dak Prescott finds tight end Blake Jarwin for a 12-yard gain for first down. On 3rd and 8, so the Cowboys drive right down the field on the Bears defense. Not what you like to see. On 3rd and 8 from the Bears' 13-yard line, Prescott finds Michael Gallup to set up first and goal at the 3. Bears defense unable to make a stop on 3rd and 8, force a field goal. On 3rd down, that would be the Cowboys' 4th 3rd down conversion on the opening drive. So the Bears kept getting them in 3rd down but couldn't get off the field. And the opening drive ends in a 2-yard touchdown run by Zeke Elliott. And just like that, the Cowboys are out to a 7-0 lead on the Bears. Exact opposite of what we needed to happen. We needed the defense to step up. We needed to contain Zeke. And those two things didn't happen. The Cowboys were feeding Zeke and marched right down the field. Longest touchdown drive on the opening drive of the season. 17-play touchdown drive. Zeke Elliott touched the ball I believe it was 8 times on the drive, so they were getting him involved. And to throw salt on the wound, not only a 7-0 deficit to start the game, but Bears linebacker Roquan Smith injured on the touchdown play and would go back to the locker room. Later on would not return and would later be diagnosed with a torn pectoral muscle, and he is out for the season. A huge, huge injury. In my opinion, Roquan Smith is the second best defender on that Bears defense. I mean, behind Khalil Mack, probably behind Akeem Hicks, but without Mack and without Akeem Hicks, Roquan Smith is probably the 3rd best defender on the defense, if not second, and was all over the field in the Lions game with 15 tackles and 2 sacks right when he seemed to be hitting his stride. A massive injury is going to knock him out. Tough loss there. So not only do we start out down 7-0, a touchdown on the opening drive, but we lose our star linebacker Roquan Smith. So couldn't be much of a worse start for the Bears. In this one. So the Bears get the ball. Mitch Trubisky runs for a first down on 2nd and 3. Nice to see him using his legs early in this game. Then Trubisky finds tight end J.P. Holtz for 19 yards on 2nd and 8. So it's a first down, puts the Bears into Dallas territory. Then Trubisky rushes for a 14-yard gain to pick up another first down with his legs. So right away you see Trubisky willing to use his legs in this game to pick up first downs, that's by design. That's a great call because the Cowboys have struggled all year long against a running quarterback. Then on 2nd and 7 from the Dallas 16-yard line, play action, Trubisky rolls out to his left and hangs on to the ball for a while because nobody's open. Eventually would throw the ball, and what looked like to me, he looked like he was throwing the ball out of bounds because there wasn't anybody open over there. But the ball was not far enough out of bounds, and Cowboys corner Jordan Lewis makes an amazing toe-tapping interception at the 1-yard line. Live, the officials called it incomplete, but upon review, they would overturn the call. Great interception by Jordan Lewis, and it would be the Cowboys' first takeaway in their last 4 games. So everything seeming to snowball in this game early. You allow an opening score. Then Trubisky is marching the Bears offense down the field. Things are looking good. Maybe we can tie the game up. And then Trubisky with a red zone turnover that takes points off the board. I hate red zone turnovers. It's a costly interception. And my take on the pick is that you can't make that throw there. Nobody's open. Just throw it away and make sure it's far away. Don't give it a chance to be interception. Make sure you throw it away. Throw it into the stands. Whatever you got to do. But don't make it close because you never know when something like this can happen. Like I said, it takes points off the scoreboard. It should have been at least 3 points there, if not 7. So instead of 7-3 or 7-7, it's still 7-0. The only bad news for the Cowboys is that they take over at their own 1-yard line. Overall, it was a solid opening drive for Trubisky, but you just can't make that throw. He's still learning, in my opinion. All of his critics want him to be perfect and never make a turnover, never make a mistake. But they fail to acknowledge just how hard the position is. You look around the NFL, and there's lots of mistakes being made at the quarterback position. Um, so, whether it be Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, all these guys, Baker Mayfield was a #1 overall pick, and he's making mistakes like Trubisky is, and Prescott not having a great game. Everyone wants to compare these guys to Mahomes and Watson. Mahomes and Watson are a rare breed. No one else is like those guys. So, um, anyway, so mistakes happen, but it's how you respond to them that matters most. And we'll see later how Trubisky responds to that interception on his opening drive. Cowboys take over at their 1 yard line, move it up to the 6. They're facing 3rd and 5 from their own 6 yard line. And Dak Prescott throws a pass to Michael Gallup, but the pass is jumped by Bears corner Kyle Fuller. He reads it, anticipates it. Great job on that. Jumps the pass. The ball hits him in the hands. Very easily could have been an interception there, but Kyle Fuller drops the pass. When and if Fuller ever starts catching these balls that hit him directly in the hands, he's going to be elite. But you got to make that catch. He's had a few of those this year where he reads the play, he makes a great jump on it, and just can't make the catch. Hits him in the hands. There was a play like that against the Rams with Jared Goff, and a play like that here where, that could have really turned the momentum right there and given you, if not a pick six, the ball right there in the red zone. So, drops the ball, but still a great play to jump the route and knock the ball down. Still a pass defense, and still a 3-and-out by the Bears defense. So, surprising to me that the Cowboys don't come out of the gate attacking Kevin Tolliver, the Bears' backup corner. That's exactly where I'd be going with the ball. I'd be feeding Zeke, and I'd be attacking Kevin Tolliver. I'd stay away from Kyle Fuller and attack the guy that's only making a second career start. But that's just me. Bears head coach Matt Nagy decides to give the rookie running back David Montgomery a carry, and he goes for 6 yards. Imagine that. I've been preaching feed Montgomery all season long, even in the preseason. Cowboys safety Darian Thompson comes on a blitz and sacks Trubisky, forcing 3rd and 9. Mitch didn't see the blitzing safety, and to the Cowboys' credit, it was disguised pretty well. Nice play, forces 3rd and 9. On the next play, Trubisky's cadence or voice inflection gets the Dallas Cowboys' $100 million man, DeMarcus Lawrence, to jump off sides. Now it goes from a 3rd and 9 to a much more manageable 3rd and 4. There's people on Twitter, criticizing, Trubisky for his inability, not taking advantage of those offsides penalties and throwing the ball deep like, say, Aaron Rodgers does. But how about we stop nitpicking the young quarterback and talk about how his cadence is getting these guys to jump off sides. From 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4 is very valuable, as we'll see on this next play call. On 3rd and 4, Mitch delivers a pass to running back Tariq Cohen in stride that allows him to keep running through the catch and pick up the first down. Really good throw here. And in my opinion, it looks like this play was designed to go to Cohen the whole way. Looks like a Nagy play call. Trubisky is supposed to look down the middle of the field and freeze the linebacker, Joe Thomas, who has Cohen on the play in a zone, until Cohen has progressed in his route enough that he'll pick up the first down. He'll be able to. After Mitch stares at the linebacker and freezes him, then Mitch snaps towards Cohen and fires the ball to him, hits him in stride. If that's the way that the play is designed, and schemed to get a guy open, that's a excellent play call, and Trubisky ran it to perfection. So a really nice play there. I really like the design of it. And then back-to-back great play calls by Matt Nagy here, as the tight end screen to J.P. Holtz works perfectly and goes for 30 yards down to the Cowboys' 9-yard line. The Cowboys bring a blitz. Nagy anticipated it, gets it to J.P. Holtz with blockers out in front of him, and he just rumbles down the field for 30 yards. Part of the reason that the reason the Bears are playing so much better football at this point is that Nagy's play calling has improved greatly. and it's gotten Trubisky out of his funk. It's gotten his confidence back, and Nagy is calling plays that help out Trubisky and help out this offense rather than hurt it. I love what he's been doing the last couple games, and it's evident to see if you follow me that I've gone from fire Nagy to keep the dude around with the last couple games because he's made that much of a turnaround, and you can see it. You can see it just in the way that Trubisky's playing the quarterback position. His confidence is sky high, and it has 100% to do with play calling and Nagy and the team still believing in Mitch despite, losing his confidence earlier in the year and looking, bad. So nice to see them bounce back. Trubisky's turnaround might be saving Nagy's job. So, two back-to-back nice plays, and then Trubisky fires a 5-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Allen Robinson to tie the game at 7. Nice to see Trubisky pumping his fist after that touchdown. Good to see our quarterback fired up. After years of, dealing with Jay Cutler here in Chicago and him always looking nonchalant and, like it doesn't really matter all that much to him. Trubisky, you can tell it matters a lot. Losses, he takes them personally. You can see how down he is after losses, and you can see how fired up he is in the wins and how much it means to him. So I would much rather have that. I like a quarterback that plays with emotion and, leaves it all out on the field. And I was happy to see that out of Mitch. Ties the game at 7. Very nice play here. Nice throw to Robinson. And a good response. After that interception, you don't see Trubisky go into a shell, afraid to throw the ball down the field. He still does it, and it works out well, and he's rewarded for his confidence in his arm. Nagy, too, on the play calling. I feel like Nagy has been, would dial back Trubisky after a mistake or a turnover, but not here. He keeps him being aggressive, and, it's good stuff. So 7-7, the Cowboys get the ball and run 3 plays for 1 yard, including 2 incomplete passes, and go 3 and out. Not what you want to see. This Cowboys offense is supposed to be the best offense in football. And going 3 and out like that, 2 drives in a row, 3 and outs. It's not good for the Cowboys. You're talking about a Bears defense now that's without Akeem Hicks, Prince Amukamara, Roquan Smith, and Danny Trevathan. That's 4 starters. You should be able to take advantage of that. But to their credit, the guys that are stepping in for the injured players are playing very well. You look at Kevin Tolliver, who played pretty well in this game. Nick Kwiatkowski, the linebacker, and Kevin Pierre-Louis, And then you talk about Nick Williams on the line. So the bench guys really stepping up big for the Bears all season long. That's credit to coaching. That really is. It's having you guys ready to go. I'm amazed right now just hearing myself at how much I've turned around on this coaching staff in just a couple weeks. But when you got role players and bench warmers, bench guys stepping in and playing well, you got to give credit to them and to the coaching staff for having them ready. So kudos, and the 3-game winning streak is direct relation to the coaching staff. So then the Bears take over. They call a run play for David Montgomery, who rushes for 11 yards on first down. Been saying it again all year long. Feed Montgomery. They go back to Montgomery again. A rare back-to-back opportunities for David Montgomery, who goes for 20 yards on this one. So 31 yards in 2 plays for David Montgomery. Bears offensive line dominating the Cowboys D-line. On 3rd and 10, the refs call a block in the back on wide receiver Javon Wims, which is a bad call. Barely makes any contact and has his hands up in the air, I thought it was a bad call. And on top of that, they missed a face mask on Cowboys safety Xavier Woods. In my opinion, I would have been cool to call either both or neither here. Either call a penalty on both and redo the down, or call it neither and play on. I don't like penalizing one team when both teams commit penalties. So it is what it is. That the officials seem to be missing the face mask all game long. I don't know what was up with that, but I didn't think it was, the Cowboys aren't doing it on purpose. It just happens in the middle of football, especially with not being able to, tackle these guys, with your body anymore. It's all wrap up tackles, all arm tackles. So you see a lot more of grabbing, and the face mask gets grabbed. It happens. I wouldn't call it dirty. It just happens within the game of football. After the penalty on 3rd and 13, Trubisky completes a pass to tight end Jesper Holstead for 8 yards, setting up a more manageable field goal attempt. I actually love this play. This is a great play call. Go to the underneath guy, pick up a few yards, pick up 8 yards on 3rd and long. You don't need to force the ball long to get that first down. Just pick up 8 yards and make it a little bit easier for your struggling kicker. Eddie Pinheiro makes the 36-yard field goal to give the Bears a 10-7 lead. That'll give Pinheiro a little bit of confidence. That's a big difference, 8 yards difference between a 36-yard field goal and a 44-yard field goal. Solid coaching there by Matt Nagy, and if that's incomplete and Pinheiro is forced to kick a 44-yarder, I'm putting money down that he's going to miss that. So I really like that coaching decision by Nagy to make that play call and to have Trubisky go there. So 10-7 Bears. Then backup linebacker Kevin Pierre-Louis, who I was talking about stepping in for the injured Roquan Smith, blitzes, pushes Zeke Elliott, who's there to block him, pushes him back into Dak Prescott's face as he throws on first down and forces the incompletion. It's hard to throw the ball when you got your running back getting shoved back into your face on the follow-through, and that's exactly what happened. A very nice play by Kevin Pierre-Louis, who not all of his plays showed up on the stat sheet, but he brought the energy on Thursday night. The Cowboys finally go after Kevin Tolliver, and Prescott completes a 15-yard pass to Randall Cobb, while linebacker Khalil Mack was hitting his arm in the process, but a solid throw by Dak Prescott. And Zeke Elliott would break off a 31-yard run into Bears territory. Feed Zeke. I don't know why the Cowboys haven't been doing it. He's averaging his least touches in his entire NFL career this season. And I don't understand it. I would be feeding him more and more and more. 2 more runs by Zeke sets up 3rd and 4. And then a Dak Prescott throw to fullback Jameez Alawale falls incomplete due to miscommunication on the route. Alawale thought he was going deep, but Prescott got the ball to him early, and he didn't even have his head turned around, so it just falls to the ground. So that sets up Brett Maher with a 42-yard field goal attempt that he misses to the right and continues to struggle from 40 to 49 yards. I believe he's missed 5 of his last 6 kicks, or maybe 6 of his last 7, but whatever it is, it's not good for Brett Maher. They brought in some backup, brought in some kickers to try out. And in the end, Jerry Jones decided to go with Maher for one more game and seems to have bit him here, missing that field goal. The Bears take over. On first down play action, Trubisky holds on to the ball too long and is lucky to not get strip sacked by Cowboys linebacker Joe Thomas. Ruled an incomplete pass. That's something I noticed in this game, and that I've noticed a little bit, is that Trubisky does need to work on that time clock in his head. He needs to speed that up a little bit and needs to know when to give up on a play and throw the ball away. Sometimes an incompletion thrown way out of bounds is a good thing. There's no need, you're not going to win every single play. There's going to be plays where the defense guesses right and blows up what you're trying to do, and you just have to know to throw the ball away, learn to, live on the next down. Trubisky did do that later in the game on a run that he just slides down for a loss of 1 because nothing was there. But the interception on the first drive can't happen. That's a definite force there. And here, he held on to the ball too long and very nearly gets the ball knocked out of his hand for a fumble deep in their own territory, but luckily gets rid of the ball and it's an incomplete pass. So something to work on, but I'm not a complainer of Trubisky. I'm not going to hate on the dude. I think that, his stats and his performance in this game alone show you why it's worth it to have patience on this guy. This is what he's capable of doing. On 3rd and 6, Trubisky hits Allen Robinson for 7 yards along the sideline to pick up first down. That's one thing I really like about Trubisky is his ability to, no matter if it's 3rd and long, he stands in there and more often than not is able to find a way to pick up the first down. So I like that what he's doing there. He's showing toughness and not giving up on plays. So there's a fine balance there between the two, but I like what he's doing. I also really like that he's starting to use his legs. Montgomery rushes for 9 yards on first down, and then on 3rd and 1, Matt Nagy calls for a quarterback sneak, and the Bears pick it up. I love this call by Nagy. I'm tired of the trick plays every time. I like the no-nonsense, just go get the first down, keep it in your quarterback's hands. Really like that call by Nagy, who seems to be dialing it back a little bit and just playing straight-up football and doing some good things. He's in his sweet spot right now. On first down, Cowboys defensive end Robert Quinn goes right around left tackle Charles Leno and is chasing Trubisky, who feels the pressure immediately and rolls to his right and takes off for a gain of 5 yards. Great instincts here from our young quarterback. Robert Quinn is a seasoned veteran pass rusher with nearly 80 career sacks. So he was looking at getting another one. He's at 78.5, I believe. So he's trying to get to 80. He beats Leno right away, and Trubisky starts fading to the right almost immediately. I think feels the pressure and takes off running, gets 5 yards. In that spot, if you take a sack there for like 5, 8, 10 yards, you're out of field goal range. But by feeling that pressure and picking up 5 yards really saves that drive. Very nice instincts from the young quarterback. Then Trubisky fires a dime between two defenders to hit Anthony Miller for 21 yards and sets up 1st and goal with just 22 seconds left in the first half. Very nice throw by Trubisky here. Some of you want to criticize it for saying it's reckless and, the dude was covered. Man, if anybody else throws that pass you're talking about, that's a dime. There's nothing the defense can do. Well, keep that same energy with Trubisky because this pass was a dime and there was nothing those defenders could do. He ripped it in there, got it right to Anthony Miller, split the defense, and goes for 21 yards. That's a hell of a throw, and I don't want to hear anything, contradictory to that. That was a great play by Trubisky. If he throws a pick there, then I'm going to kill him for it. But guess what, guys? He didn't. He completed it. He's instead of leaving the first half with no points, Trubisky's actually going to finish the first half off well here. So keep that same energy, man. Back-to-back throws. They're trying to get Javon Wims versus Cowboys linebacker Jalen Smith. They threw it 2 plays in a row, trying to high point the ball to Javon Wims. But 2 great defensive plays by the linebacker sets up 3rd and goal. Unfortunately, Javon Wims has his knee landed on after the second one and has to limp off the field. After the game, it's determined that he has a slight knee sprain. So luckily, he survived no major injury to Javon Wims on that play. So thank God on that one. Jalen Smith, just good red zone defense there. I thought they were kind of picking on him or throwing at him, but I thought he did a pretty good job overall in the game. For Jalen Smith, maybe not so much tackling, but playing against the pass. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky fires another dart, this time to Allen Robinson, hits him in the chest for an 8-yard touchdown pass with Jalen Smith all over him. And the Bears take a 17-7 lead to end the first half. Big time touchdown to finish out the first half. No field goal, no turnover in the red zone. Get the touchdown and take a 2-score lead. I love it. Way to end the first half with maximum momentum. And the Bears get the ball to start the second half. That's exactly what you want. You know how to win a game. So the Bears That's how you win a game. You take advantage of the end of halves, and you get points. And you not only get points, you get touchdowns. So great execution. Bears go into the halftime with a 17-7 lead. And at that moment right there, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are like, we got to make adjustments. So let's get to the second half. Trubisky rushes twice for 14 yards for a first down. Like I said, the Bears get the ball first to start the third quarter. Cowboys veteran defensive end Michael Bennett sacks Trubisky for an 8-yard loss, setting up 2nd and 18. Trubisky then throws a 9-yard pass to Jesper Horsted, the undrafted rookie tight end, makes it 3rd and 9. I really like the play calling here. You go 2nd and 18. A sack on first down oftentimes kills, as a drive killer and makes you punt it. Instead of trying to get everything on second down, they drop a nice 9-yard play to Jesper Horsted, makes it much more manageable, 3rd and 9. Then a Trubisky pass to wide receiver Cordero Patterson is a thing of beauty as Patterson catches the ball and then makes 2 defenders, if not more, miss. Makes multiple tacklers miss and goes for 33 yards. He did 2 in a row where he plants and jukes the defender, sidesteps him. Sidesteps 2 defenders in a row, showing off his ability to make people miss in the open field. Cordell Patterson, underrated at that. He's like a 6'4" wide receiver that can do all this. Pretty incredible athlete. Bears rookie wide receiver Riley Ridley makes his first NFL catch for 5 yards and loses his shoe in the process. So that'll be a memorable play for Riley Ridley. I think we need to get him more involved, but the good news is that we're not forced to. That Javon Wims is not majorly hurt, so we can keep using him. I really like Javon Wims and Riley Ridley, both Georgia products. David Montgomery rushes for 8 yards and gets a first down. Then Cordell Patterson lines up in the wildcat position. Trubisky out at wide receiver. Patterson takes the snap and gets hit immediately for a loss of 5 yards. Maybe don't run that trick play again, Nagy. In fact, let's just keep it simple. Let's continue to keep it simple. No need to be crazy in this game because we're beating guys off the line. We're straight up. Doesn't matter what we call. We're beating them up. And so no need to get super creative against the Cowboys already with a lead. Trubisky on 3rd and 9 throws into the end zone to Allen Robinson, but it's incomplete and defensive holding is called on the Cowboys, so it gives the Bears automatic first down. And then a 14-yard touchdown pass from Trubisky to Anthony Miller. And just like that, the Bears lead 24-7. And Trubisky throwing his 3rd touchdown of the game. Awesome. At that point, that's great. 14 points on those 2 possessions of the half to close out the first half and to start the second half. That's huge. That goes from 10-7 to 24-7 and puts all the pressure on the Cowboys. Cowboys defense unable to get the Bears off the field on 3rd down. Doesn't matter what down it is. They're just not able to stop the Bears. And great execution, great play calling, great quarterback play. Receivers are actually catching the balls. I really liked what was going on for the Bears. Then Dak Prescott misses an open Amari Cooper on first down. I mean, he had him. The pass was low and incomplete. Then Zeke Elliott unable to catch a second down pass, so that sets up 3rd and 10. And then Prescott overthrows tight end Blake Jarwin, and a 3 and out for the Cowboys offense. And on that 3rd down play, the Bears had their 11th player running on the field late. Didn't matter. So another 3 and out by the NFL's best offensive team, or best offense statistically. Not ideal for the Cowboys. And they punt the ball back to the Bears. Jalen Smith for the Cowboys breaks up a 3rd and 8 play, and the Bears go 3 and out. Then Khalil Mack sacks Dak Prescott on 3rd and 3, forces a Cowboy 3 and out. Then you see the emotions and the frustrations getting the best of the Cowboys. The last person you thought you would see it from, veteran tight end Jason Witten, yelling at teammates and coaches on the sideline, was not happy and was visibly frustrated and upset. David Montgomery rushes for 4 yards, and the Bears get on first down. But on 2nd down, they give it to him again, and he fumbles the ball recovered by Jalen Smith. So that's the Cowboys' second takeaway of the game after 0 in their last 4 games. Turnovers happen. One or two a game that happens, but you want to be able to force them on your own end. And the Bears, you lose the turnover battle, oftentimes you lose the game. Cowboys wide receiver Michael Gallup drops a pass on second down along the sidelines, and Jalen Smith seen throwing water from the bench in frustration. So the Cowboys bench throughout this game, especially in the second half, was not a good place to be. Bears defensive end Bilal Nichols bats down a third down pass, forcing 4th and 4 from near midfield. Jason Garrett decides to go for it and pick up the first down on a 21-yard pass to Michael Gallup. Then on the very next play, a 15-yard pass to Michael Gallup has the Cowboys driving deep into Bears territory. 3 straight rushes by Zeke Elliott for 9 yards. Jason Garrett decides to go for it on 4th and 1 from the Bears 2-yard line. In my opinion, I'm kicking the field goal here. I know that's playing it safe, but if it's what's the score here? 24-7. I'm kicking a field goal to make it 24-10 to make it a 2-score game. For some reason, you don't pick up that 4th and 1 there. That's a red zone turnover, and the score, you're still down 17. I know you want 7 there, but I'm kicking the field goal, making it a 14-point game instead of a 10-point game. But the Cowboys do go for it and do pick it up. A 2-yard run by Zeke Elliott makes it 24-14. 5 seconds into the fourth quarter. So plenty of time for a comeback if the Cowboys defense can give the ball back to their offense and not allow any more scoring. Right after that touchdown, though, kicker Brett Maher sends the kickoff out of bounds, giving the Bears the start of their possession at their own 40-yard line. So Cowboys kicking issues, a major problem still. And I think at this point, you got to bring in competition. You got to sign somebody. Brett Maher is just not getting it done. Pass interference on Cowboys corner Byron Jones to start the drive. 15-yard penalty. So just like that, you're in Dallas territory. Trubisky then a 22-yard pass to Allen Robinson in traffic for the first down. Great catch there by Allen Robinson. And then Trubisky keeps the ball on a read option and goes 23 yards for a touchdown to extend the lead to 31-14. That would be Trubisky's 4th touchdown of the game. And nice to see Bears defensive players celebrating with Trubisky. Eddie Jackson runs up and hugs him. And it's just great to see because some teams, some defenses with a bad offense, they turn on them. And this team was dangerously close to doing that earlier in the year at 4-6. But they stuck with it. They fought, and they're being rewarded for having faith and believing. And, when the Bears put up 31 points, that defense, more often than not, is going to be able to hold the other team below that. So, great job by Trubisky. Like I said, his 4th touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys' defensive concerns are very apparent on this play as missing tackles on Trubisky, not able to bring him down. Just not a very disciplined defense for the Cowboys in this game. Like I said, 31 points early in the 4th. Cowboys linebacker Jalen Smith waves a camera away from him and teammate talking on the sideline. So you could just tell there was a lot of emotions going on the Cowboys sidelines, on the Cowboys bench, and they were not happy in this one. It was very visible. Bears head coach Matt Nagy, he's done a great job of turning things around for Trubisky this year. Now, he's had 2 great games to build on and seems to have found his confidence and is playing his best football when the team needed it most with their backs against the wall. You're at a position where you can't lose anymore. And Trubisky's balling out, and the Bears have themselves, are playing their best football of the year right now. Aaron Lynch gets pressure on Dak Prescott. Bears linebacker Aaron Lynch enforces intentional grounding penalty, so the Cowboys are facing 3rd and 22. Bears linebacker Kevin Pierre-Louis gets pressure on Prescott and forces a 3-and-out. having himself a great day filling in for Roquan Smith. Like I said, all the ways that Kevin Pierre-Louis impacted this game don't all show up on the box score. He was great out there. And that's the Cowboys' fifth 3-and-out of the game, the number one offense in football with 5 3-and-outs at Soldier Field. And that's with all those defensive injuries. And again, Cowboys defensive end Jason Witten seen yelling at on the bench at his teammates, frustrations boiling over for the Dallas Cowboys. The Bears offense goes 3-and-out after the defensive stop. Kevin Pierre-Louis knifes in to stop Zeke Elliott for a loss of 2 yards on a run. Great tackle for loss. He's been everywhere. Prescott, a 14-yard pass to Jason Witten, and a 27-yard pass to Amari Cooper. A nice pass breakup by Kevin Tolliver filling in for Prince Amukamara on Tavon Austin to bring up 4th and 4. Head coach Jason Garrett decides to go for it, down 17 points and near midfield, but it's an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. Bears defense stepping up nicely, making timely plays. Trubisky pass on 3rd and 7 is dropped by Anthony Miller, so that's a big drop there that allows the Cowboys to stay somewhat in the game. Anthony Miller makes that catch, picks up the first down, and the Bears can really run the clock out. So, big drop there by Anthony Miller, who otherwise had a pretty good game. Then Prescott throws a 24-yard pass to Michael Gallup, and then a 19-yard touchdown pass to Amari Cooper, which was really a perfect throw. Lobs it up there nicely, and it drops right into Amari Cooper's basket for the touchdown. Cuts the score to 31-21 Chicago with 4 minutes left. Trubisky throws a 14-yard pass to tight end Jesper Horsted on 3rd and 9 for first down, but the Bears would have to punt after that. Prescott, 17-yard pass to Michael Gallup, then a 35-yard pass to Randall Cobb. Leads to Brett Maher kicking a 31-yard field goal. Cuts the lead to 31-24 Bears with 8 seconds left. The Bears recover the onside kick and run out the clock and defeat the Cowboys 31-24 in Soldier Field. The Bears' 3rd win in a row, and the Cowboys' 3rd loss in a row. Let's look at the Bears' stats. Mitch Trubisky combines for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick, 3 passing touchdowns in 2 straight games for Mitch Trubisky for the 2nd time of his career. Rookie running back David Montgomery gets 20 carries for 86 yards and a fumble loss. Need to clean up that fumble loss, but other than that, I still love the way he runs the ball. Always extra effort on every run. Allen Robinson catches 5 for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns and has a receiving touchdown in 3 straight games. Anthony Miller, 3 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Linebacker Kevin Pierre-Louis, stepping in for Roquan Smith, records 5 tackles, 2 passes defense, and a tackle for loss, and much more he brought to the game, including pressure on the quarterback. Great effort out of Kevin Pierre-Louis. Kicker Eddie Pinheiro goes 1 of 1 on field goals and 4 of 4 on extra points. And everyone's talking about how bad the Bears' offense has been all year long. The Bears' offense has recorded 300 or more total yards now in 3 straight games. So starting to find their mojo coming up on a big game at Lambeau. So, and not just that, big game at Lambeau, then the Chiefs, then a big game at the Vikings. So, need to be playing your best football at this time of year just, to survive that. For the Cowboys, quarterback Dak Prescott goes 27 of 49 for 334 yards, a touchdown, and no turnovers. He's now thrown 24 touchdown passes on the season, which is a career high for Dak Prescott, but falls to, I believe it's 0-6, maybe 0-7 when he throws for 40 or more pass attempts. So, Prescott throwing the ball that much does not lead to wins. I would like to, many people are saying, what happened? You feed Zeke, and he goes for 2 touchdowns, and then you take the ball out of his hands. It didn't make any sense. Zeke Elliott combines for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns, and has a long streak of not going for 100 yards. I think rushing. So got to get him more involved. Wide receiver Michael Gallup, 6 catches for 109 yards. Wide receiver Amari Cooper, 6 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. Amari Cooper surpasses 1,000 receiving yards in the game and has done so in 4 of 5 career seasons in the NFL. Cowboys safety Darian Thompson records 9 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. He was everywhere out there. Kicker Brett Maher goes 1 of 2 on field goals and 3 of 3 on extra points, but not a great game for him. Mistakes, and Cowboys will probably going to be bringing in more guys to try out at the kicking position. The Cowboys, another stat that points to coaching. You know, when you're trailing at halftime, it's time for the coaches to make halftime adjustments, right? Well, the Cowboys fall to 0-7 on the season when trailing at halftime. So their halftime adjustments are not working. So a big loss for the Cowboys as they fall to 6-7, but even with the loss, still have a half-game lead in the division, and even if the Eagles win on Sunday, the Cowboys will still have the lead with tiebreaker, and they'll play each other. I believe it's week 16 in Philly. So the Cowboys, you know, as bad as it looks, 6-7, below 500, they're still leading the NFC East and still in the driver's seat to win the division. For the Bears, a major injury, like I mentioned, losing Roquan Smith out for the season with a torn pec. But the good news is they're on a 3-game winning streak. Trubisky and Nagy seem to be hitting their stride offensively. The defense is still playing pretty well despite injuries. And it looks like defensive tackle Akeem Hicks is set to return against the Packers in Week 15 at Lambeau. That'll be a huge a huge guy to get back for that game. And hopefully that helps Khalil Mack get to the quarterback in that one because we're going to need him. Big game coming up at Lambeau. So 7-6 Bears. Bears improved to 7-6 and are above 500 for the first time since like Week 5 when they were 3-2. So a huge win for the Bears. Take care of business at home and beat the Cowboys. Next up, they'll be playing at the Packers. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. I got the Bears winning in Lambeau. I know if any Packer fans are listening, they're going to say I'm on crack. But the Bears split last year with the Packers. This defense has proven they can beat these Packers. And with Trubisky hitting his stride, we're going to need another great game out of him. I need another 3-touchdown performance in Lambeau. But if we can get that out of him, there's no reason we can't go to Lambeau and beat the hated Packers and keep this train moving along towards the playoffs. For the Cowboys, they fall to 6-7, and in their next game, they will host the LA Rams, who are currently 7-5. I think the Rams will be 7-6. They play the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football this week. I expect it to be the 7-6 Rams at the 6-7 Cowboys, and that's a very winnable game for Dallas and a chance for the Cowboys to get revenge on their playoff loss to the Rams last season. So, a lot to talk about in this game. I mean, so many storylines, great football, but most importantly, a big win for the Bears to save their season and set up a big game in Lambeau in Week 15. I can't wait for that game. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll keep these episodes coming out. I got player interviews the next 2 weeks, so stay tuned on that. Wednesday and the following Wednesday, got some nice player interviews coming up. So look forward to that, and have a great week, guys. Peace out.